And we are back. And we just finished 2023's Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, based off the famous book by Judy Blume. This is directed with a screenplay by Kelly Fremon Craig, which we originally loved for The Edge of 17, another teen angst movie. This one is about Margaret Simon, who is a sixth grader who's starting a new life in the suburbs, I guess, of New Jersey after living in the city with her paternal grandmother, played by the always lovely Kathy Bates, and how this new adventure unfolds in her life. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. Gee, I'm going to start with you. You read the book. Do you remember the book at all?
I remember like a bit of it, not all of it.
Yeah, we must increase our bust.
No, there's no reason to bring that up.
You know what? I read that at 10 or 11, and that's the one thing that always stuck out with me.
Yeah, that's the one thing I remember the most vividly.
Yeah. Do you think that works? Those girls were trying hard, though.
Unfortunately.
I mean, you do a lot of silly things in sixth grade, I think, right? You're not a child, but you're not an adult. You're kind of stuck in this limbo. You're not even a tween, right? Are you at 11? What's a tween? I forget.
No, at 11 you are.
When does tween start? At 10? Is 10 to 12?
11 through 12.
11 through 12.
No, I guess it's around there, yeah.
And then 13th is teenager, right?
Yeah.
Because it has teen in the name.
Right. There you go. Nicely done, Olive G. Did you like Margaret G?
I didn't really have a problem with her. She was fine.
Yeah. Do you think that a lot of her concerns are the concerns of other people? She was constantly asking God to make her normal. What was so weird about her?
Nothing. She was just being like brainwashed by Nancy.
Who we did not like.
Nancy was horrible.
She was a bully, right?
She was pretentious.
Yes,
I
very good.
I would have never been friends with her.
Well, she didn't know, right? I mean, this girl just comes to her house first day, right? And just bulldozes her way in. And I guess she's just trying to make friends, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
So you can't really blame Margaret.
Yeah. But I feel like Margaret had a good head on her shoulders. Do you think that the question of religion is important?
Like to the film or in real life?
Just either the story and or the life of a young person. Do you feel like religion's important?
You could live without it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it as long as people aren't like zealots.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair. Ever curious about it?
Not really. I mean, I went to Sunday school, so I know the basics.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Olive G? What'd you think of the film?
I liked it.
Yeah, what'd you like about it?
It was a good film about growing up and stuff like that.
Okay. Does religion have any importance to you?
Could not care less about it.
Could not care less. Do you think it was... Did you understand why it was a big deal to Margaret?
I guess because it's like religion plays some kind of role in your life eventually, I guess.
I mean, if you wanted to, right? I mean, I feel like she went to church with her friend Janie, the little black girl, and she went to temple with her grandmother, who was very excited and very proud and just showing her off. She also went to church with Nancy, right? That time, like midnight mass.
She went to midnight mass.
Yeah. So I guess she was curious, right? Because it wasn't really something that was prevalent in her own home life. And why was that? Why was it not an important thing in her life, Olive G?
Because, like, Margaret's parents wanted her to, like, decide.
Was it Margaret's parents or was it Barbara's parents?
Margaret's.
Oh, wait. Yes. No, you're correct. Sorry. Margaret's parents, Barbara and Herb, wanted her to decide on her own about religion, right? Because why? Why was that important to them?
Because they were two different religions.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother was Christian and her father was Jewish.
Right.
So they wanted her to pick which religion she wanted.
Right. And why was that an issue, G? Why were her parents so like, okay, you get to decide when you're older?
Because they weren't given a choice. Because their parents were both like strictly religious. So when they were children, they didn't have a choice. So they wanted their child to have a choice.
And also because Barbara's parents were kind of not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which comes out. That was a good scene. What did you think of that scene?
I was annoyed.
Yeah.
I don't like her mom after that.
Was it her mom's fault?
It was her mom's decision to not let Margaret go to Florida.
No, I meant the scene where Margaret's mother, Barbara, tells Margaret why her parents, Barbara's parents, are not really involved in her life.
Oh, I don't know. That was just kind of a scene.
No, you didn't have any sympathy for Barbara at all?
I mean, her situation was sad, but I don't know.
Okay, fair.
I don't have the experience.
But
to,
you
Could
were
not
mad.
care
That's
for
proper.
Barbara.
Really? And you didn't like Barbara after the whole Florida thing?
No, I was super upset about that because that was annoying. Like, she really, Margaret really wanted to see her grandmother, and that choice was taken away because her grandparents, the other side of grandparents were coming, and her mom wanted her to meet them, but she didn't even know them. Like, they could have come at a different date.
Right.
Margaret could have gone to see the grandma that she actually liked and chose to spend time with, rather than these annoying people that did her mom and dad dirty.
They did do her dirty. Do you think, though, from what we know, right, Margaret is a lovely girl. Can we agree on that? Yes?
Yeah.
She's lovely. I mean, I would rather have Margaret as a daughter than Nancy Wheeler.
Yeah.
So do you think that if Barbara's parents had been more involved in Margaret's life, maybe they wouldn't be such turds?
No, probably not.
No? What do you think, Olive?
I don't know.
You don't know? All right.
They still would have been annoying. I highly doubt that meeting their granddaughter would have made them less of
Bigots.
fanatics.
Yeah. All right.
They probably just would have tried to push it instead of on their own daughter. They probably would have tried pushing it on Margaret instead.
That's true, too. Yeah, because sometimes grandparents do that. What do we think about Moose?
Moose is a stupid name.
Moose is a stupid
Yeah,
name.
what's there to think about him? He's like the minorest of side characters.
He's a mugga.
But she liked him. Why did she like
He's a
him?
nobody. He has like 30 seconds of screen time, and that is
I mean,
it.
he's got a little bit more than 30
Who cares
seconds.
about Moose?
I'm just
Who
trying.
cares about Moose?
I'm just trying to ask questions
It doesn't
here.
really matter that she liked him. It wasn't really like important to the plot.
No.
Not at all.
All right.
He
You don't
was-
think? I mean, that's part of growing up. You fall in like, and you have crushes, and
Yeah, but what did he do? He was just standing there mowing the lawn. He wasn't crucial at all. She could have had a crush on anybody.
that's true. That's true. But why Moose? Why was Moose the match that lit her fire? That's what I didn't understand.
Who cares?
I'm just curious. I'm asking a question.
Jeez.
My goodness. What did we think of Margaret's dad?
It's kind of a wet blanket.
All right. What did we think of Margaret's mother?
I don't like her.
You didn't like her from the start, or you just disliked her after
I
that?
started disliking her after she stopped Margaret from going to Florida. At the beginning, I was kind of neutral about her. I didn't really care.
Do you think that Margaret's mom felt bad though about the whole experience?
Probably, but she clearly didn't feel bad enough to be a good mom and send her daughter to Florida.
I mean, maybe she wanted to see if this olive branch could be extended. I mean, they are her parents.
That olive branch could have been extended at a different date.
All right,
when
fair
Margaret was not set to go spend time with someone she cared very much about.
All right, fair
rather
enough.
than being forced to spend time with people she didn't know.
All right, fair enough. That's fair. Olivia, what do we think of Laura, the big girl, the girl that looked like she was actually in high school and not in 6th grade?
What is there to think about her?
Well, I mean, what do you think about her as a character and her situation?
I mean, she was okay. I felt bad for her for like people like crap talking about her behind her back.
Yeah, that happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think kids do that?
Because they're dumb and stupid and they're like acting like little wieners.
I mean, you're not wrong, so okay, I'll allow it. Gigi, same question. What do you think of Laura's character?
I felt bad for her.
Yeah. It's got to be rough to be like the tallest kid in the class.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be bad if she didn't have to deal with like the comments that people make about. Like they were spreading rumors about her being like a slut.
Yeah.
That's
that was all
terrible.
Nancy. That was all
Yeah.
Nancy. Nancy's a turd.
That was horrible. Like she couldn't control like when she grew, and she like it's not bad enough that she probably had to deal with men looking at her weird, but they're also girls, her own age girls that are against her.
Yeah, and being mean to her like
Yeah.
Margaret was mean to her.
Margaret, that scene made me mad because she was turning into Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy was a jealous little worm.
Nice use of the word worm.
Nancy was a parasite.
Very good. Excellent. If you had to give this movie a rating from 1 to 10, what would it be, G?
Maybe a 7.
A 7. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't think the movie was bad.
Were all the performers good?
Yeah, there weren't any bad like actors. I really like Margaret's grandma.
I love Kathy Bates. She's excellent. And Margaret was good, the young actress that plays Margaret.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Actually, all the kid actors were decent, even stupid Nancy Wheeler.
I mean, she played her part really well.
Yeah. Yeah, because you didn't like her.
Not at all.
What about you, Olive G? 1 to 10. What are you going to give this film?
I like a 7.5.
7, 7.5. What about you, as a dad, watching all this unfold?
As a man.
As a man. What are your thoughts here?
I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a cute movie.
Had you ever read the book before? No.
No, I've never read any Judy Blume books.
Really?
It's not really the
Super Fudge. You never read Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing?
No, I've never read any Judy Blume book.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, I feel a little bit left out, but I was a kid. I was busy reading.
You didn't go to like the book fair and get all the Judy Blooms?
No, I was reading like
Why would
unless
Dad
there was
go to
unless there was an alien in it or a war
Gee,
or
you read Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing,
or if
right?
there were horror
Yeah.
stories.
Wasn't that a good book?
Fudge and
Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little
That
boy.
little stupid kid was the worst. He should have been
Oh.
put up for adoption.
Fudge was the worst. I forgot what his real name was, but everybody calls him Fudge.
Yeah, I didn't
He
even,
was a
I didn't
bastard.
even remember him having a real name.
He was a bastard.
He was the worst, and the mom just let him get away with anything. Like when he ruined Peter's school project.
School project.
And then when he ate his pets.
Oh,
My God, what a
Jesus.
terrible kid! And
He
the
was-
mom
maybe
never
I
did
maybe I would have
anything.
liked those books.
you would have like that. That was my first foray into Judy Blume. I was outraged reading that book.
The
I was
outrage.
outraged.
Because Fudge was terrible.
Fudge was a little asshole. He really was. He really. You know, and it's funny because I'm the youngest, as you are, and I would read this book and I was scandalized because I was like, I hope I'm not like this. Although I probably was.
You know
I mean,
what,
I wasn't eating my brother's turtle or anything, but
maybe if I had read it, I would have been a bit more empathetic towards my older sister
possibly
because I think I was
Possibly.
a rotten little brother.
you were. I've heard.
I could have been worse.
You could
I
have
know
been.
there's worse little brothers, but I think I had my
Neil
share
was
of
probably a jerk.
crappy moments. Neil was a spoiled little monster.
Yeah. All right. From the male perspective, what'd you think?
The only experience I have with young women
Is your-
having their moments is with
Your daughters.
with our children, and the only thing I do recall more so with Olive than with G was the sense of pride that had happened, followed quite rapidly by the realization that, oh my God, this sucks.
Yeah. Becoming a lady
Am
is
I
such a pain
am I
in the ass.
accurate in my description?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you enjoyed it for like half an hour. Olive.
You seem there was a
I
little
was happy because you were freaking out.
I
About me.
I had a mental breakdown. I think didn't I? Because it was like this is my baby.
Well, you had a mental breakdown for both,
Both.
but I don't remember.
I think I went into the
I never
bathroom
detected.
and cried.
I never detected this sense of pride from Gracie.
Because it was never there.
Yeah.
For Gracie, it was just like instantly. I don't like this. This is terrible. It sucks.
I think one time I cried because I knew I had to get it for like the rest of my life.
Yeah, there's that realization that kicks in as well. That you
Yeah.
know, how often does this happen?
What?
Every month for the rest of my life. Because at first I was like, oh, at least it'll be over at some point, but it's
I mean,
not
no. I mean, it will
It
eventually be over,
I'll
but it'll
like
be a
60
very long.
years old.
Yeah, it'll be a very long time from now.
So that's basically never to 11-year-old me.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
just sort of that shrug your shoulders. Hey, sucks to be you.
Terrible.
But
what
yeah, I thought that this film was interesting and how that's handled and I mean, I don't know if that was like how it was with you and your friends when you were kids. I don't know if did you even talk about it with your friends or is that something that's like part
Taboo.
of this suburban 70s circle of
I mean,
of
it
little
wasn't
girls?
taboo, but I think I had like one conversation with like one friend about another friend being paranoid that she was going to get hers. And I was like, oh, okay.
Had you had it at this point or no?
No, that was back before we moved here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like for these girls, it was
It was like-
big
It was like life or
news.
death.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like life or death.
Yeah, and I mean, even Nancy lies about it.
Yeah.
Which
Nancy was so annoying. My God.
She felt I guess she felt outdone by the girl with the glasses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For her getting it first. She seemed
If
insulted almost.
If I was Margaret, I would have rubbed the 2 minutes in the closet moment in her face forever. 'Cause that really got under her skin.
That did. She was beside herself that she got the number 12.
I think that was the thing about Margaret was that she was just polite.
Yeah.
She was too nice to do that to Nancy.
Yeah.
Whereas Nancy would have just been like, yeah, look at me.
Yeah, we're going to be married.
We're going to be married. We're going to have kids.
Yeah.
And the kid was a prick anyway.
Oh, my God. What a D-bag.
Pinch for an inch you needed on your chest or something. That was his
What a
birthday.
dick.
thing.
Yeah.
What a douchebag. If anything, she should have, like, the fat kid was
Nicer.
Yeah.
But she didn't want him. She wanted Moose.
Nobody, because that kid was definitely more mentally an adult than the rest of the kids. Because he looked like he was like ready to have like a bachelor pad down there. Like that's the kid who's going to be smoking first, doing weed first, driving first.
Is he the kid that's going to have the explosive in his backpack?
No, but he's going to know that kid.
Okay.
And he's going to use that kid to do stuff.
All right.
He's going to be the one telling the explosive kid, hey, throw those cherry bombs down the toilet. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
I want to be that kid.
Oh, please
The
don't.
explosive kid?
No, the person telling the explosive.
The manipulator.
I could see
Go
that
throw
happening.
those chair bombs in the toilet.
I can see that happening.
Like that kid practically, I mean, he didn't have them, but it looked like he had sideburns.
He said.
He starts wearing like a jacket with the leather patches on the elbows and smoking a pipe.
Was his name Norman? He was so happy when he got spin the bottle and he got Janie.
Oh yeah, and then he got her again.
She was cute.
She was adorable. Although she looked like she was 2 grades younger than the rest of them because she was so tiny.
She was tiny. Yeah.
But she was my favorite.
She was one of my favorites
I
too.
thought she was the nicest.
I liked her too, and you saw at the end how she breaks away from the wolf pack and she goes with Margaret and Laura. Yeah.
I wanted her to be best friends with Margaret.
I mean, they could be. They both seemed like good kids, right?
Especially when they
good
got their
kids
pads
usually
together.
Yeah, that was a cute scene.
Yeah. She like hugs her at the end. It's like, thank you for helping me.
Aw, yeah. Why do boys just barge into girls' bedrooms? Can you explain that to me?
Well, that was the brother being a brother. He was.
Did you do that to your sister?
I never really barged it because my sister was 3 years older than me. So
She's 5 years older.
5 years older. I'm sorry, 5 years older than me. But yeah, she was way older than me. If I did that, my sister would have kicked my ass. And her friends. I remember she had one friend who was like Robin, and I don't know if it was in my mind or if it was real, but she was like hulking. You know, she looked like she could
Put a world to
break me in half like a pretzel.
All right. As she should. You're a pain in the ass from what I heard.
She was nice though.
1 to 10. What are you going to give this film?
I too would probably give it a 7.
I think I'm going to give it an 8. I really, really enjoyed it. I think they got the 70 realness decor down like crazy.
That Norman's basement,
just
spot on.
Spot on.
Wood
But even like
shag carpet.
even Margaret's house, you know?
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
I know we don't like what's her face, Nancy, but Nancy's room definitely girl 70s for sure. The haircuts, the hairdos, very much reminiscent. My only complaint about this film was the ending, the hygiene issue that I had a problem with.
You guys lost your
Oh
minds.
my
when that
God.
scene occurred.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You have to wash your hands in the bathroom. There is no maybe. There is no maybe. You have to wash your hands.
She wiped herself. She wiped the pee and period blood off herself, and after that, guess what she did? Without washing her hands, she touched her face.
Her eyes.
Her face.
Her eyes. She did it more than once.
Disgusting.
I felt my gag reflex kick in.
No, it's fiction. Hopefully.
No,
She
that's
wiped herself.
unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. Yeah, there is.
People learn stuff from films. Get it right. Get it right. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And with that, we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We will bid you all, eh?
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night. Wash your hands, damn it.